If you found this video, this is your time. It's been a pretty hard couple of months, maybe even the entire last year. But we are now entering a time where things are starting to happen. Things that have been meant for you is now coming. This year is a year where everything's going to move a lot sooner, a lot quicker. And the things that you thought weren't working for you last year, it was in preparation for this year. This year is a period where you're starting to see all of your hard work come to fruition and start paying you back. And I know you feel it. I know you're just wondering, I feel it. I've been here for so long and I keep feeling like I'm meant for more, but the reality isn't aligning to what I know. And that's because we needed to wait for the world to catch up. You were so ahead of the curve that it was a waiting period for everybody else to catch up to your light. And if you're here, it means it's time. It means you are now going to be seen. You're meant to be caught up. You're meant to lead. And hey, maybe it's not even about leading. Maybe it's just finally being valued for what you've always been doing. And that can look very different for each one of you. But the fact that you're here means you've done the work. It means you're ready for the next step. And heck, you might be waiting for a long time for this moment. And you're wondering, maybe it's just not for you. Maybe it's passed you through. And I can tell you, it hasn't. People like you are forged in the fire. You're a warrior. You're someone who carries a lot of depth. And you value things more than surface level. And for things to come into fruition, it had to be the right time. There's divine timing. And if you've been listening to anybody else that has emphasized on believing it and then it comes true, that wasn't the road for you. Because you're here to bridge spirituality into the grounded being of humanity. And for people like them who emphasized a lot about envisionment and just manifesting, that didn't align to you because for them, it required Delulu. But for you, you actually embody what you know. You actually embody what you've done for yourself, for others, for support. And now the world is speeding up where it's requiring people to walk their talk. And is it truly that they have actually manifested what they said they did? Or is it just a play? But for you, you know yours is true. You know yours is facts. And that's part of the frustration, is that people weren't seeing you while people were falling for all these other quote-unquote gurus. And you saw through it. The time is now to ground that spiritual side of you and bring it back into reality. We're no longer in that fog. We're now moving towards a time where these next couple weeks, you're getting more and more clear on what you want to do, how you want to live this life. And for this year, things are going to happen so fast that you might actually burn out if you don't pace yourself, which is why what you've gone through last year was teaching you patience. It was teaching you the necessary skills for you to bring into balance the abundance you're meant to have and not just have it leak. Because what's going to happen this year is that there's going to be more people who are fired up. They're going to be saying a lot of things, and there's going to be confusion with who's truly the leader and who's not. But what's going to happen is these people are going to lead to burnout. And this is where you step in, because all of last year, the waiting, the patience, the understanding, the hope that there will be a point where you are seen. These are all things that are going to become beneficial to you this year, because that is what the world needs right now. It's great that things are moving at a really fast pace, but reality is a lot of people's nervous systems aren't wired for that kind of speed. So when things just happen just like that, the first couple of months, it's great. But by half a year in, 9 months out, their body is starting to wear down because their body wasn't prepared. It wasn't ready for that kind of speed, and they didn't know how to regulate, so they burn out. And this is where you actually have the skill set, the positivity, the embodiment that can help these people through these hard times. And they're going to pay you for it. And they're going to see you for it. And heck, you might even be sold out by the end of this year, booked and busy. But don't forget the lessons that you've learned from last year, which is pacing yourself, trusting in yourself, making sure that you don't burn out. You have been forged through the fire with patience, with understanding, with hope, even when things look slim. And these are gifts that is going to help carry you through this year and the next several years when everything is going to become more chaotic because everybody's trying to keep up with the speed. So don't forget that your hardships are actually skill sets that you've developed for you to stabilize and for you to be supported when things are going great, so you don't lose yourself, so you don't lose your balance when things work out. And this is truly how you build a strong foundation that doesn't bend to external influences. And while the rest of the world may be going through chaos, maybe going through paranoia, maybe going through hardships, this is where you thrive from it, because you've already been through it. You know what it's like. You made it out on the other side, and you're now leading others through this. And people will come just because they see that you already have done this, that you have what it takes to teach them. And truly, this next phase of the world, the abundance goes to those who are level-headed, who are grounded, who are focused on the benefit of society and for the people. And from that, you thrive, you grow, you expand, and you build the life and dreams that you've always wanted. But now, it's actually possible. Now, it's no longer just a dream that you feel is meant for you, but it's not happening. Now is the time where you get to decide the life that you want to live and actually live it. Time is speeding up, and that is in your favor. But only if you remember the lessons and the hardship that you've gone through to solidify you. And that sharpens your edges. It sharpens who you are. And you start developing a clarity on who actually wants help from you and will benefit from it versus those who want your help but don't actually want to change. Because we no longer can tolerate those who aren't supporting themselves, who aren't helping themselves. That's too much. That's just too heavy. And when you've done the work, it doesn't make sense that you want to carry all of that for others when nobody did that for you. So keep shining your light, keep being yourself, keep expressing what you've been expressing, keep doing the things that you have been doing, because this year, everything is going to change and it's all going to be in your favor.